Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of simple events and their complements. This is standard 7.6E in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 40 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a spinner. It is divided into congruent sections, so that's very important. We need these 7 sections. You notice they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, starting from the bottom, moving clockwise. But they need to be congruent because they have an equal chance of landing on any of them. If for some reason we were to get a spinner and it kind of looked like this, to where we had, look, I've got 7 sections, but as you can tell, this section right here is a lot bigger than the others, so we couldn't do any probability if they're not equal sections. So the fact that they are congruent is very important. They are labeled 1 through 7. So if the spinner is spun one time, so this is why we call this a simple event. So it is a simple event because we simply have one possible outcome. It can either be a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Even if we were to spin the spinner 8 times, that's still one possible outcome. Sometimes we have compound events. So compound events are when there are more than one outcome. So this is when you spin a spinner and you roll a die. Or you're drawing a color out of a bag and you're flipping a coin. When you start mixing things together like that, those are compound events. So we need to find the probability. That's pretty simple, right? We know there are 7 different options of the arrow knots. All right, see that knot? They bolded it. They didn't capitalize it, but they at least bolded it, landing on a section labeled with an odd number. All right, so the probability of an odd number. Let's figure that out because that's going to help us with our answer. So the probability of an odd number is, let me see, I'm going to go ahead and circle my odds. 1, 3, 5, 7. So the probability of an odd number is 4 out of our total 7, right? And that is an answer choice. We're not going to choose it because we are looking for the probability of not landing on an odd number. Now, we know the opposite of an odd number is an even number, but you notice they never said the word even. They just said not landing on an odd. So if the probability of landing on an odd number is 4 out of 7, what we're looking for is not, which means we are looking for the complement. That's where this word comes in. Now, complement, you notice it's not spelled with an I right here. It's not spelled the exact same way as if you give someone a compliment like you have a nice shirt. So it is pronounced the same, but it is spelled slightly different. So we're looking for, what is the probability of not getting what we're looking for? Well, if we're looking for an odd number, then the probability of not getting an odd number would be everything that's left over. So it's kind of like the negative probability. And I'm going to go ahead and shade those in now. Like I said, we happen to know that these are called even numbers, and they could have just asked for even, but sometimes they might give you a problem where it's a whole bunch of different colored rocks are in a bag, and they say, what's the probability of not getting a blue or a black? That means you're looking for the complement. So if you look at these 3 I've kind of shaded in real quick, these are the complement. So the complement is going to be, I've got 3 even numbers, right? 2, 4, and 6. They could be called even or simply not odd. Still 7 total, so that's what I'm looking for. The answer is J.